A number of voters told me that specifically they wanted to vote for the Republican Donald Trump, only to see their vote switched before their eyes to the Democrat Hillary Clinton.
I went back, pressed Trump again. 3 times I did this. So then I called one of the women that were working the polls over, and she said, oh, you must be doing it wrong. She did it 3 times, and it defaulted to Hillary every time.
En ce moment, aux États-Unis, apparemment, il y aurait un embryon de révolte populaire, selon les médias mainstream, qui serait en train de naître, à savoir les anti-Trump seraient en train de manifester, et donc voilà, le peuple est en train de parler dans la rue, et les médias mainstream vont s'appuyer bien entendu sur les suffrages de ces présidentielles, à savoir qu'il y a eu plus de votes pour Clinton que pour Trump, pour dire que cette révolution, ce mécontentement, cette révolte, ce soulèvement est légitime et est né de sa belle naissance. Un peu à l'image de ces révolutions dans les pays du Moyen-Orient, du Maghreb et en Syrie, etc. Toujours les mêmes qui sont derrière. MoveOn.org, ça vous dit quelque chose? MoveOn.org, selon Wikileaks, c'est une organisation qui est parmi ceux qui organisent ces manifestations. C'est un pilier de ces manifestations qui sont en train de manifester contre Trump. Et donc, MoveOn.org, selon Wikileaks, et les médias mainstream, c'est là qu'on vous épingle et vous n'en parlerez pas, eh bien, selon Wikileaks, MoveOn.org, je le rappelle, qui est parmi les acteurs de ces manifestations, qui organisent des manifestations contre Trump, j'imagine qu'ils veulent une révolution colorée, eux aussi. Donc, MoveOn.org est financé par qui? Par George Soros. Tiens, c'est pas celui qui avait financé les révolutions au Moyen-Orient? C'est pas celui qui a financé en France le CCIF, instrumentaliser la pleurniche pour des tensions sociales? C'est toujours pareil. C'est toujours pareil.
The mass anti-Trump protests apparently have a very big sponsor, as revealed in an article by the New York Times. More than 50 so-called partners of the Women's March against Trump have direct ties to billionaire George Soros. For example, a group called Gathering for Justice has been the recipient of numerous financial grants straight from the Soros Open Society. The WikiLeaks protester emails also revealed another organization, that of Move On, that has been sponsored also by George Soros. In fact, Move On supported vast anti-Trump rallies and campaigns all during the presidential election. More on this now with Murad Gazdiev.
In the blue corner, George Soros, billionaire investor, unabashed globalist, poured millions into Clinton's election campaign. In the red corner, Donald Trump, billionaire investor, president of the United States, the man atop the anti-establishment wave of 2016. And boy, do they dislike each other.
I have described him as an imposter and con man and a would-be dictator.
George Soros spent millions sponsoring Hillary Clinton. He also lost as much as $1 billion betting against Trump winning the election. So it's no surprise he had plenty of anger to vent. The riots we saw across America when Trump won were facilitated by George Soros's NGOs. They even boasted about it. Doesn't take losing well, does he? And he never did. He's got a heck of a history organizing riots and revolutions.
It's intentionally being spread. More news is coming out about the funding from outside organizations, left-wing organizations, international organizations of elites that want to just say Donald Trump's not legitimate. Apparently the vote didn't matter.
And leaders behind these protests, including, we now learn, George Soros, Reverend Al Sharpton, Michael Moore, who's shown up to these protests. And so, getting out this message via social media, emails out to individuals. As Donald Trump had criticized these protests in the days after the election, they are not spontaneous. They're organized.
Right, but George Soros' piece is denying exactly what you're saying. He's saying this is not coming from outside funding. How dare you say that?
Shocking. George Soros, of course, will deny it. Having worked and seen organizations like this work for over a decade, they hide their funding. They never admit it. The group behind these protests and the ones that may happen at the inauguration, it's a group called Answer, International Answer, founded to oppose America after 9/11. It was an anti-war front group for the Marxist-Leninist Workers' Party. These are communists. These are anti-Semitics who believe that the U.S. is racist, imperialist, sexist, but at the heart of war crime, it's no, seriously, at the heart of it is anti-Americanism. And part of these protests are part of the reason why Donald Trump got elected. People are sick of agitators telling us that our country isn't special.
But you know what is American? Is the democracy. It's getting out and voting. And so you see these cities where you're seeing these protests, actually a lot of them stayed home and didn't vote on election day. Philadelphia, 12% down in certain sectors. Detroit, down. If they had come out and voted, we see Michigan went by just 11,000 votes to Donald Trump overnight.